All right, bingo. Whoop, let's get that turned on. Bingo, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Dante here. Glad to be back with you for another One Funnel Away session. Today is Trey Day. So right now it is the 11 to 12 o'clock time where it's open-ended. You can ask me any questions you have, any hurdles that might be slowing you down. Maybe it's a tech function in your account. Maybe it's a mindset, or maybe it's just a little bit of strategy. You don't fully understand how to create your offer, or maybe how to, now that you have your offer, I don't know how to make the hook. What should my hook be? Whatever your questions are, we can answer those from 11 to 12. From 12 to 1, Trey's going to hop on. And then that Trey session, as I like to call it, Trey Day, that's specific to ecom questions only. So from 12 to 1, we're only taking ecom. But before that, we can get you guys over any hurdles you might be facing. I already see Charlie's got his hand up. Beautiful. If you are like Charlie and you have a question you would like to ask, please just raise your hand in Zoom. All you have to do to raise your hand is click the little heart at the bottom that says react. Then you'll see a pop-up show up. That pop-up's going to have a button that says raise hand. You click raise hand. Beautiful. Just like Warwick, that'll raise your hand. Just let me know that you have a question. All right, let's hop into it, gang. Charlie is first. Good morning, Charlie. How can I help today, man?
Hey Dante, so good to see you.
Great to be here.
I'm still working on my funnel, and I was hoping that you could help me figure out how to get some of the things configured correctly.
Yes, we definitely can. And Charlie, remind me, you had a question yesterday that was a fantastic question I wanted to do some research on.
Oh
What
yeah,
was that?
it's shipping. I wanted to be able to have, if they order two, then it's free shipping. And
That's right.
yeah, I didn't know how to do shipping really at all. Um, So yeah, if you could help with that, that would be phenomenal.
Okay, great. I got you down.
Awesome, thank
100%.
you.
I have a meeting right after OFA today with our head of ecom on exactly that. So I'm going to get that figured out for you, Charlie.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, let me.
So you should be set to share. Go ahead and share your screen. Let's take a look.
All right. Share. You see my screen?
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. I have a couple questions. One is it defaults to one small. Is there any way for me to not have it default to one small?
No, there is not a way to have it not default to one small. We could with custom code, right? So anything is always possible with custom code, Charlie. And you could definitely with custom code change that. I believe you can change it to not default at all, so nothing is pre-selected. You could also with little code have it pre-selected on 2 or 3 or 5. But
Yeah, like a B
that would be a
curve.
custom code solution. As natively to the software, one small is going to be pre-selected.
Okay. All right. So that's a custom code piece that,
Yep.
because I've got the custom code for the coasters that I did, oh, seems like eons ago. And I used the custom code for it to pre-select the four coasters and whatnot. So maybe I could go hack that. Um,
You might be able to if you needed. If you weren't able to get that done, you could probably honestly just hire somebody on Fiverr, Charlie, a pretty low end developer or a cheap one, if you will, and you could probably give them that base code that you have, and then say, "Hey, I want to make this thing do this thing," and that'll probably get them there close enough.
yeah. I'll give it the old college try with ChatGPT and see if I can just do it myself.
That
Because
may
I've
very
been able
well
to
work.
get a lot of this stuff working.
Uh-huh.
Um,
That may work,
okay.
Charlie.
So now I got some embarrassing questions to ask. Um, so there's a couple different things that Trey suggested that we do with this whole process, and one is okay. And I don't know if it's an order bump or how to do it, but if I want a donation, how do I
Uh-huh.
do it so that like they don't have to buy a t-shirt to give a donation? If they want to donate, they should be able to donate. Also, if they do give a t-shirt, then they could also donate.
Correct. If that's how you want it, Charlie, then you would make that your order bump.
That so it is an order bump.
That's correct. So you would have your t-shirt is the main flagship product that everybody buys, right? So to go through the funnel to hit my upsells, they would have had to have bought a t-shirt. So if you want to make it so that somebody can, well, no, the bump wouldn't really work for that. Um,
Because they have to buy a t-shirt to do that,
They
right?
have to buy a flagship to get the bump. So what you could do in this case then is you could add the donation as a flagship product. You can have, one, two, three, four, five, and 10 t-shirts as your flagship products. Uh, uh, but then you could have another flagship product, which is donations. And maybe you want to put like a $10, $25, and $100 donations. Well, you could just make each donation its own flagship product. But I don't think I would recommend that at all, Charlie.
Oh,
That's a distraction. Right now, we're a chief goal of a marketer is to remove the decisions and steps necessary in the process for them to get the results. So I fear that that would be too distracting from people who did just want to buy t-shirts and would go through your upsells and would see the donation page. I feel like that's going to tank conversions instead of get you more donations.
okay.
I would probably leave it as an OTO. or
Okay.
or or have it as a bump. You can have multiple bump products inside of ClickFunnels. So if you wanted to, you could make like 3 bump products for different values.
Okay, because Trey said he did 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100.
Yep.
So that's what I did here. After they are ready to ship it, this would be the potential bumps.
Yes, you can
Is that
absolutely do that, Charlie.
so this is so I should leave it like this.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, okay. Now,
Hmm.
what if they wanted a subscription?
That would be OTO. That would be your OTO. Well, yeah, that would be your OTO is sign up for the subscription. So, uh, when it comes to the subscription, uh, you know how Trey told you, yeah, they just click a box and they get the subscription. Well, he has developers that make his order form that way. So he has a little custom code solution to make all of that work out simply. For you, you just make your subscription product the OTO. So now they buy the shirt, and then if they buy the subscription on the OTO, that's a secondary product, and that's just a month-to-month subscription product. Does that make sense?
So would that be here?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I make this a subscription page.
That's exactly right, Charlie.
Okay, so basically they would have already purchased the a t-shirt,
Yes.
and then they could either donate or not donate, and then
Uh-huh.
they'd go to the OTO, and they
Uh-huh.
could say, "Oh, I do want a subscription, but what I don't want to have happen is for them to get 2 t-shirts when they ask for one for the first time."
Correct. Yes, but they're separate products. So on that second OTO, your subscription, when they purchase that, they just don't get billed for 30 days, right? Because you set all that up in the product settings. So you get to choose when they get billed. They bought the first t-shirt. Yeah, we can go check that out. Absolutely. Uh-huh.
So I've got, and I also have to ask about long sleeve shirts. So I did small, medium, I did all these for different
Uh-huh.
subscriptions. I don't know if that's the right way to do it.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
So click into any and scroll down to there's pricing. Click the settings on your pricing.
So what I said is they get the first one cheaper,
Yep.
which they would have already paid for a t-shirt at this point.
Yep.
So should I get rid of this?
No, no, you can leave it just like this, Charlie. You can leave this setup. Your first payment is 1997. Well, So product has a trial. Trial length is a month, and the trial cost is 1997. Charlie, you did it absolutely perfect, man. So the first month is 1997, and every month thereafter is your $30 or 29.97, right? Whatever we're charging for the shirt. You did this absolutely perfect. So now they choose that subscription. And then in the back end, Charlie, what you'll do in the future, you can make this a code solution as well, where all this happens automatically on the back end. For you just getting started, whenever people buy your subscription, you just refund them the monies on the shirt itself.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yep. And now they have your subscription. They're on this payment plan every single month. They're getting billed out.
Okay. So do I like cancel the first order and have this be the next order?
Yep. 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So this is for the t-shirt. I was going to charge them 5.97 for the first month and then go to 19.97 for thereafter.
Typically, you do 19.97 for the first month and 29.97 every month thereafter. And then you typically do like $3 shipping on each shirt, so it brings you to like $32 total monthly
Oh, okay. So it's because I thought Trey had it at 19.99 or something like that.
for the first month.
Oh, okay. So this should be 19.97.
Yes. Sorry, I can't see the numbers. My screen is just so far away.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And then this should be 29.97.
Yes, sir. Nice.
Are
There we
people gonna
go.
pay $30 for a t-shirt?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Okay, then I have to redo my prices, I think, because my all my prices were 19.97. Yeah, so I should make these all 29.97.
Yep.
Okay, the donations are the
And
do
and
okay.
and you can play with that price point too, Charlie. You can make it 27.97 if you wanted to. If you wanted to make it just a little bit cheaper, and then with that $3 of shipping brings them right out to like a flat 30, you can play with that a little bit. But 29.97 is what the price point's been like forever.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, that's great because that if they do that, that's a lot more profit.
Yes, it is. 100%. Yep.
Um, okay, okay. And what about the long sleeve? So
Yes. What about that?
I've got the OTO for the subscription. Do I do a secondary OTO for the long sleeve?
I wouldn't, Charlie.
No, just leave it at that.
Yeah, I would just leave it at that. Black short sleeve shirts are the number one shirt that is bought
Okay.
constantly, time and time again, right? It's black and it's short sleeve. So I wouldn't bring any long sleeve or any different variation of the exact same t-shirt in. I
Okay.
would just bring other products or other upsells.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Because I think Trey did a hoodie for the winter time. So I'm like, oh,
Yes.
do I do a
Yes, he did. Um He did, but there's a ton of other upsells that you could put in there, Charlie, and they did take the hoodie. Some people took the hoodie, but man, there's just so many other things you could put in here, like maybe shot glasses that have the same slogan printed on it from like Zendrop or something like that, right? There's
okay.
so many different upsells we could have in here. I wouldn't go
Okay.
and a hoodie and a long sleeve shirt are definitely different products. If you wanted to go hoodie, you could, but I would not go long sleeve.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
And then also when I clicked on preview,
Uh-huh.
the it didn't look the same. All of a sudden the order page looks like this.
Oh, that's like a one-step order form.
Yeah.
How interesting is that? G- Click go to live page, top right. Okay, grab that URL and copy it in your browser. Yep, and put that in an incognito window.
I don't know if you'll be able to see this.
I can't, but you just tell
I'll
me.
test it.
Yeah, you tell me what you're seeing.
You're right. Incognito, it looks proper.
As a three-step order form.
Yes,
Beautiful. So what we just did there, Charlie, incognito windows do not have a cache. So this is
it's
how we
cached.
test, right? If it works in incognito but it does not work in a normal browser, just means your normal browser is cached. You
Cached.
could go clear your cache and cookies. Don't even
No,
worry
no,
about it though, Charlie. When you want to go preview your page, just keep using the incognito window. You'll be fine.
that's good. No, I'm good with that.
Sweet.
That makes a lot of sense.
Awesome.
Okay, so then the other question I would have now is if I make the price point a lot higher, should I just include shipping and then not worry about shipping at all?
You could. Um, You could, but I would keep the shipping in
Keep the
there,
shipping.
Charlie. Yeah,
Okay,
keep the shipping in there because although it's small, although it's $3, it's incentive, it's urgency and scarcity for them to buy more shirts. So that's a
right.
good driver of sales there. But
Okay.
also that $3 on every order that really stacks up,
Yeah.
and that's what can take you from 27% margins to 57% margins.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Yep.
No, no, then I'll wait for you to help me with the shipping part.
Cool. Can definitely do that.
All right, cool. All right, I see there's other hands up, so I will bother you tomorrow with more questions.
That sounds amazing, Charlie. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
You got it, man. I can stop your screen for you as well. And bingo. All right, let's hop over to Warwick. Hey, Warwick.
Hey, Dante, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How about yourself?
Good man.
Awesome.
Let me just pull this up. So I'm basically like totally new to all this, and there we go. Should be able to see that.
Gotcha. It's coming through right now.
Is that okay? Can you see that?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, I'm in my business. I'm starting from scratch. I've been out of the workforce for a few years, and I'm just sort of relaunching my business right now. So I literally have nothing in my business,
Uh-huh.
including like emails and sort of contacts, and I just want to build that up. So what I was looking to do was, so I was on a podcast this week. I was being interviewed, on a podcast. So I thought, well, why not take that content, take those ideas, and turn it into a product, and sort
Yeah.
of think about how I can sort of now, use the funnel approach to create, different informational products. So my thinking is I don't exactly know what's going to work. So I'm probably going to go, my mindset is more launch a lot of funnels
Uh-huh.
and see which ones stick. I mean, more or less with the same target audience, but they could be on slightly different topics and approaches and what have you. The fears will be the same. The dream customer will be the same, but I'm not really sure, what will stick. So I used
Your
the
mind is
Dante
perfect on
AI.
that, Warwick. I really like that. It's throw spaghetti at the wall. Just try things. It's far too often
Yeah,
people are too scared to try things. Just try multiple different things. Find the lead magnets that work the best, and you just do more of them. You're perfect here.
yeah. So I went to Dante AI and I've come up with this. So this is basically, I suppose it's the idea behind it is to get somebody's email address, to give them the workbook, which is like an 8-page workbook that was taking content from the podcast, but now it turns like there's 9 different exercises for the people to do, and then what I'd like to do is sort of have an upsell from the workbook where there's like an expansion of those 9 exercises into 9 video modules, if you like, right? So
Yes.
It's based around a framework, right? So there's a framework there, but I'm not talking about the framework, because one of the things I've learned from listening to Russell is like, have a framework, but you don't really lead with that. And my sort of mindset before was always, yeah, talk about what it is and talk about the framework. But now I'm sort of like saying, okay, it's there, and we'll talk about it later. But maybe in
Talk
the
about
perfect
what it's going
webinar.
to get them. Talk about the customer.
Yes.
Talk about the problems that they're experiencing every day right now. Show them that you
Yeah.
know who they are and what they're going through. Then, once you got them hooked in and paying attention, then we can break down the frameworks. You're 100% right
Yeah.
again, Warwick. But I'm
Yeah.
curious, as I look at the page, it looks great. It's simple. It's clean design. I love the big headline. It's fantastic. Feeling stuck in your
Yeah.
career, a nice bold hook. Not super bold, but a good bold hook that somebody who's feeling stuck in their career sees that, and now you're speaking right to them. That's awesome. You say helping men in their 40s and 50s make bold career pivots without risking it all. So what are they pivoting into? Am I making pivots from being a company man to a company man in a different industry? Am I pivoting from working for a boss to becoming my own CEO? What's the pivot?
So there will be different pivots. So I think that will depend on the person. The point that, like, the frustration or the pain point that it's really speaking to is these people are quite successful, right? So they're mid-career, that they've built up a certain level of success, but for them to make any sort of change now in their 40s and 50s is much more risky than when they were in their 20s. You know, when
Mm-hmm.
they might see an opportunity. Oh, there's AI going on. Let me just jump. I'm going to go with a startup. I'm going to go. You know, in your 20s, you're much more likely to sort of to do things like that. Whereas now you've got children, you've got aging parents, you got, you know, sort of different, a lot more responsibilities. So that
Mm-hmm.
risk factor comes in, but you're still stuck, right? You're in a career that might not be progressing. You know, you're not quite happy with where you are. You're sort of getting maybe you're underappreciated now. So there's a lot of sort of, like, you know, frustrations that come in where people
So
want to make a change.
number
Yeah.
one, Warwick, I want to see that in your headline. You say without risking it all. How about we start
Mm.
saying what the risk itself is without draining your 401k, without gambling your kids' college fund, without gambling your elderly parents' care, right? That's what
Mm.
I want to see in our headline, because that's what your customers
Yeah.
thinking. We want our headlines bold and speaking right to them in the fears and pains and frustrations and roadblocks that they're facing today. Um,
Yeah.
so is this, but what's the pivot? Are you showing people how to build their own businesses so they can work for themselves? Are you showing them how to get into like different industries, on maybe going from food and beverage sales to fertilizer sales? Like, what, you have a workbook. It's got 9 trainings in there, 9 things it shows me. At the end of those 9
Yeah.
things, what am I going to have? What's it do?
So the key things it does is it helps people make transitions. So it's sort of like it's the mindset. So it's the psychology behind making a transition. It's helping people to understand how do you start a transition, how do you process through it, and how do you come out at the other end. So there isn't a specific, you know, everybody starts at the same point, everybody finishes at the same point. But, you know, from a psychological point of view, from a mindset point of view, I mean, to a degree, an action point of view, because these are, you know, I'm targeting professional people. So this is corporate, you know, this is corporate, you know, global companies that I'm looking at. So it'll be, you know, within that. I don't think many of these people are going to jump and set up a new business, but they might look for a side income. They might say, okay, well, actually, I want to be a coach, or I want to start, you know, maybe a side consulting business, or maybe, you know, they might have an extra income off that, if that makes sense.
No, 100% it does. Um, Okay, so this is the strategy guide. This is the strategy guide that helps them envision their future, plan out what they want to do, and give them the steps to get there. I understand much better. I'd like to see that
Mm.
in the subheadline. Your subheadline says this step-by-step guide will help you gain clarity, build confidence, and create a plan to transition into a career you love starting today. What you just shared with me is so much more explanatory and descriptive than the subheadline that I see here. So like you to
Right.
tweak that subheadline, Warwick, and just make it
Sure.
simple. One of the greatest quotes to marketing that I really, really love is don't be cute, be and in this case, try and write on a first grade level. Right? Just make it so plain and so simple. This 9-part worksheet, I probably wouldn't even put 9-part because 9-part makes me feel like that's long, like
Yeah.
it's a burden, like it's
Mm.
work, and I don't want to work. I don't want to move. You know,
Yeah.
I either move away from pain or towards pleasure. And most humans just move away from pain our entire lives. To get towards pleasure, I have to go
Yeah.
through the pain. That's why people never quit smoking. They just change the vehicle their entire life. So I'd love for you to just say it really plainly, really simply. Um, um, this action-packed guide will help you. And no buzzwords, no gain clarity, build confidence. Clearly and simply state what it's going to help them do, just like you did for me here.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Cool.
So would you say so at no point mention the 9 key exercises? Because it does sound like a lot, doesn't it?
No,
Or is it?
you definitely can. That'd be a good thing to split test in the future, Warwick.
Mm, mm,
Split testing 9 key exercises as
right.
opposed to, action-packed guide or
Right.
information enriched stuff like that. But I think having it in
Okay.
the bullets there, it's 9 key exercises. You've already pre-framed them with your headline. You've already kind of set the tone.
Mm,
So when they see the 9 in the bullet points, I think it'll just really establish value. But if they see it in the
okay.
subheadline, then that's too
Mm,
fast, too early, and 9 is way too highlighted.
yeah. Yeah. Got you.
Cool.
Got you. And I just have again, I'm just really starting from the basics. I don't really because I was going through all the courses and I was like, I'm not moving any closer to actually getting a funnel. So I just sort of jumped into ClickFunnels and found it incredibly, like the templates incredibly helpful, and sort of just getting this up just came together really quickly, which was wonderful.
Yes,
But
sir.
I just wanted to understand you because obviously I'm using this to build like an email list as well,
Yeah.
to get people's email, even if they don't buy the video course later or upsell later. But what should I be doing now to do that? I mean, what do I actually need to move towards getting this live and then to collect that email? Can I all do that all on ClickFunnels, or do I need other sort of
Oh,
tools involved in
yeah.
that?
Good question, Warwick. Do me a favor. Have you opted into this funnel yet? Have you tested it?
I don't know what that means. Sorry.
Let's do it together. Let's test. Put your
Okay.
email in the
All
email
right.
box.
All right. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. I see what you meant. Sorry. Yeah, actually opt into it. Uh,
And click the
gotcha.
button. That should take us to our thank you page now. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's going.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice. Look at you. Thank you. Please check
Mm.
the inbox for your workbook. You may
Yeah.
also be interested in these video course.
Right.
Now, you probably want to change the image on that video course.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing two
Sure. Sure. Sure.
attractive characters here. I see two people. Now
Yeah.
I'm confused. Who actually is the person I'm working with? Because it didn't have an image of you on the first page. It had a different image. Was the image on the
Yeah.
first page the guy that I'm seeing here in this video course?
It's different. So this is just like a holding picture, to be honest. I wasn't. This isn't something I
Okay.
was going to use. I just thought I'd put something in there.
Cool, great. I would just take an image of yourself, or I wouldn't have an image of a person at all. I would have like a mock-up that just show like if
Okay.
you were to go to imallin.com, you can see how
Mm,
Russell does all of his. Yeah, feel free. Let's take a look.
mm,
Imallin.com. Lovely.
okay. Okay.
Okay. And here we go. Now you can see Russell's mock-ups where
Mm,
he
mm,
and Trey are in the middle. Sometimes he's the main focus. But aside from that, like Funnel Builder Secrets, Giru, ClickFunnels Classic, top right, your traffic secrets access.
mm,
These are for the most part faceless. So you may want to change yours
mm.
to faceless, just so you're only
Yeah.
introducing you as the attractive character.
Right. Good idea. Good idea. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Now let's go back to your thank you page. Yep,
Yeah.
beautiful. All right, and the 1 minute presenter. Great. So you're just linking some other products, some other things using leverage on a thank you page, which
Yeah.
you absolutely should. So this is perfect. Now let's go back to your ClickFunnels account.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, bingo. All right, let's exit the editor, top left.
Top left. Okay. Is that right?
Okay.
It's in test mode.
Yes, that was perfect. Let's get this up here. Okay, now I want to go confirm. You just opted into your funnel, but I want to confirm that I actually collected my lead, that my funnel is working. So let's exit again, top left, please.
Okay.
Oh no. Have you lagged or have I lagged?
I think
there we go. I got you back.
I was lagging a bit. Yeah. I think I was lagging.
Okay, cool. We can go ahead and exit in the top left for me.
Yeah, it's just a bit slow.
Oh, cool. I got you.
You can see it on the side though. You can see the one opt-ins there on the blue box, can't
Yes,
you?
sir. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
100%. I want to just show it to you this way so you know exactly how it works. And I'm also going to show off email sequences to you. So hopefully this will all just make a lot more sense. Warwick, I'm just going to turn off your camera. We go here and bingo.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I just stopped your video. That'll help your computer go a little bit faster.
Yeah. How long would you say, like from that condition it's in now to going live, would it take, do you think?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Like so based on the condition it is there to actually launching the funnel, how long do you think that would take?
What do you mean exactly the condition it is there?
I mean, it's not fun. I mean, it still needs to be edited a bit, right? You were saying that the feedback you were giving me.
Oh, like how long do I think it'll take you to make the tweaks and launch?
Yeah.
An hour tops.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the only real thing that I saw was the only big thing that I saw. You know what you can probably do, Warwick? Go one browser tab to your right, to that tab right there.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, I think I lost your connection there. Can you see the main page now, the ClickFunnels account page?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Warwick, you kind of broke up there, but let's go to your customers tab, top left.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so timeline, man, it's going to take you like an hour. I would just like to see you change up your sub headline, and then on your thank you page, your images are all different sizes, and that makes it kind of display and look odd. So just resize your images so they're all the same size. An hour, and you're live.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Okay, now let's click contacts on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Yep, so we go to customers and then our contacts, and you just opted into the funnel. So I'm expecting to see your email in the contacts list, just confirming that it works as intended. And here we go.
Yeah. Oh, it's really slow.
It's just Zoom. It does this. All right, it's going to pop up.
Contacts is there, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any contacts on the screen. Are you?
No, no.
Okay, and that's just load times. Anyway,
okay.
I know and can confirm that your contact would show up on this contacts list. I know that because, like you pointed out in my funnel stats, I saw one opt-in. Also, I just know how your funnel operates. So All this worked beautifully, but there's one thing I'm not seeing that I definitely want to see, and that is a workflow. Like you were alluding to earlier, we want an email sequence that gets people from a free lead magnet to going and buying our things, right? We want to warm them up. We want to keep them
Yeah.
nurtured so they buy more of our products and services. So let's go back to your funnel, top left. Click your funnels button. Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
And let's go to yours. Just click the name of it. Bingo. Okay, now to the right-hand side of your squeeze page, your first step in the funnel. On the right-hand side, you'll see a little lightning bolt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. So that lightning bolt is my workflow. Your workflows is basically just a series of events. That's all that workflows are. Like tagging and emailing and sending text messages, so on. So let's add a workflow. Click new workflow, top right.
Okay.
Give it a name. Only you see the name, so name it whatever you would like to name it. Maybe like name of the lead magnet and then fulfillment.
Okay.
Nice. The event type is important. What event must happen to fire them into the workflow? And you're a genius. This is an opt-in funnel where they opt in. So our event is opt-in.
Yeah.
Bingo. Create the workflow. Now, this is going to take us to the workflow builder, which just like your funnel builder, a workflow is just a step-by-step series of events we take customers through. So click that little gray circle below the trigger and we can add. There we go. On the right-hand side now, we have all of our tools available to us. The first thing we want to do is probably send them an email. You know, as soon as they opt in, I want to send them an email that thanks them for doing the thing, gives them any links or assets that I promised.
Okay.
So what we can do here now, where we can in the top right, you can choose new template and you can make a brand new email completely from scratch, or you can use after we make this first one, feel free to take your time. We have a bunch of great email templates. You might find some in there that are really close to what you want, that you can just name these emails whatever you want. The subject they will see. Hit that from address. Perfect. There we go. Now we can create the first email. And I'll walk you through the email editor. Click the caution sign for me. That's that caution sign on your email step. Yep, that's just saying, hey, you forgot to add words to your email. So we're just going to go dress it up and make it right now. And our email builder is exactly like our funnel builder. It's drag and drop, just like when you're building your funnels. The only difference, see when it loads in, I'll explain.
Taking its time.
Yeah, Zoom just puts such a load on your device. Seems like my internet is slow today as well.
Is that it? No.
Oh, that brought us to our email settings. Oh, okay. So we just need to set up some email addresses. Have you added your domain?
No, yeah, I don't have it. I don't have a domain yet. Yeah, I don't have a domain. Hello? Oh. Hello? I drop out.
I can hear you, Warwick.
Oh, you can.
We can work on all this later.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, now click that envelope to the right of your squeeze page. Yep, that'll just take us back to your workflow.
Okay, there we go.
Absolutely. There we go. All right,
And
so you made that first
yeah,
email. When you bring your
mm,
domain into ClickFunnels, Warwick, you're just going to set up some email settings. We're going to give you a no
yeah,
reply email so you can start sending from ClickFunnels right away. Just follow the steps. That one's going to be really
yeah,
simple. But now this is my email workflow in the back end, my series of events. So when somebody opts in, like you smartly said earlier, Warwick, you're going to have tons of different lead magnets out there. So we need to then
mm,
tag our contacts properly so I know which lead magnet they came in on. Simple organization.
yeah.
So let's add that step. Above your email, click the gray plus. Right above
So
the email
above
step, let me
this
get
one
my
here. Yeah,
tool.
that one.
Yes, right there. Absolutely. Hit that plus and scroll down to your purple actions on the right-hand side. We'll find tag
Yeah.
contact.
Okay.
Bingo.
Mm, okay, that's cool. It's like a little CRM thing, right?
Very much so, Warwick. We do have a CRM
Mm,
right here inside of ClickFunnels, and you could tie these
mm,
opt-ins right into your CRM, put them in the right buckets. We 1,000,000% could do that. At the bare
yeah.
minimum, what we're doing is just staying organized. Like, let's say you're a realtor and you have three main types of leads: buyers, sellers, and renters. Well, if I don't tag my contacts, I bring all my people in and they're just here in a bucket. Well, but what happens when I get a new listing and I want to send that new house to my
Mm,
buyers? If I don't tag my
yeah.
contacts, it gets really difficult to organize. So let's actually make our tags. Click that contact tag step right there. It's okay. This is going to close down. You can hit back.
Mm.
Yep.
Just go back, isn't it? Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
just hit that back
Oh,
button
oh, it keeps going on this.
right there.
Keeps going back to the email thing.
Oh, interesting. There, that should get rid of it.
Mm. Um,
That's funny. Sorry, this is just slow internet here. Let's reload
yeah.
the browser.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Reload your browser. That should go away.
Yep. No tag set. So you should add tag, is it?
There we go. Click that
Oh,
to add a tag.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, you hit your little plus. It was just showing over it. Yeah, click off to the side. Just anywhere to the side just to get out of your settings. Or you can click
Mm,
the X right there.
yeah. So, so maybe Dante, because my system seems to be a little bit slow here, so I don't want to take all your time. But what you're suggesting is to go in here and set up a couple of things with to continue the workflow once you sign somebody up. Is that basically right?
You're 100% correct, Warwick. So we first
Mm,
in our workflow, we should be tagging our contacts so we can stay organized and
yeah.
automate our marketing efforts in the future. But after that tag step, we should make an
Mm,
email sequence. We should have the
yes.
very
Yeah.
first email that goes out immediately,
Right.
that fulfills on what we've promised them, thanks them for doing the thing. But we probably want to have an email the
Right.
next day that talks about, hey, did you go through the
Yeah.
guide yet? If you went through the guide, then you probably
Yeah.
learned these main things. And I really want to drill down the
Right.
importance of these main things. So let me share a quick
Mm,
story with you. And then you tell them a quick story in the email.
mm,
At the
yeah.
end of the email, it says, if you want to get results faster, click the button below and
Yes.
go get the entire course. Transition
Yeah.
today, right? So that's your
Right.
whole entire email sequence that you want to make out. And each lead
Yeah.
magnet, lead funnel that you make will have its own
Mm,
sequence that goes along it. So you acquire leads for cheap and through your own marketing, turn them into sales.
got you. Got you. So would you once you sort of set up the like a sequence like that, would you be able to replicate that? Let's say next week I'm doing something, let's say completely different topic, but more or less for the same type of audience. can I just replicate that whole
Yep.
workflow and sequence and then just put in the new content?
That's exactly right, Warwick. Same funnel, same
Yeah.
workflow. You can clone all of them and just change
Yeah.
up the words.
Okay, that sounds good. Hey Dante, I really appreciate your help there. I know I've taken a lot of time, but it was really good. I think today I sort of made the first breakthrough because I was like going through all those videos and I was like, what am I doing? I'm not actually making anything. So I just sort of jumped into the funnel templates and had a bit of fun with it. So it's pretty cool. So I'll definitely listen to your feedback again and make those adjustments to the headlines and start building out the workflows. So yeah, really appreciate your help today. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, great job. I've watched you come to all these trainings, so I was really excited to talk to you today, Warwick. You're exactly right on track, and I love your mindset too of let's launch, let's do, let's get it out there, let's go. Just make sure before you launch, do you have clarity on the funnel? Microsoft Clarity, that
The
is.
Microsoft Clarity. I heard you talking about that. I'll set that up. Yeah, I'll get that set up.
Beautiful. Just make sure to have Microsoft Clarity on the funnel so we can learn from all of our data. And then, yeah, launch, get it out there.
Yep.
Let's get people to it. Let's see how it converts. Let's make data-driven decisions. You're absolutely perfect.
All right. Appreciate it, Dante. Thank you.
You got it, man. Great to speak with you. All right, Jennifer's next. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, good morning.
Hey. Good morning.
I have so many questions. So my first,
Cool.
I have so many. Okay. Thank you, all of you. I'm learning so much. My first question has nothing to do, well, I heard Charlie talking about his t-shirts and stuff, and they look great. But in the one funnel away with Trey in the e-commerce, he says to stay away from shirts. So where is that a different training with Trey? And what is that called?
Yes, great question. So, such a good question here, Jennifer. Trey's training is really to pour the foundations of e-com.
Yeah.
And the big thing that I think he's trying to drill in here is that shirts just have multiple variations. And that's a harder way to do e-com. Not that it's a harder way, but it's well, now I need all my different sizes: small, medium, large, extra large, 2X. Now that means I'm not just buying 100 mediums or 100 product quantities. I have to go buy 500 to meet all the different sizes. So shirts, because they do not fit the 6Ps, they are far more demanding. They do require a lot more upfront capital for you to be able to run them. Whereas if you were to just go make a sticker, one sticker with one design that everybody bought, well, that's simple. That's easy. Now you're just buying one tumbler. You don't have to have different sizes. You don't have to have different colors, different variations. Because once we start doing that, Forbes put out a report a while ago that says for every SKU you add to your business, you 12x the logistical complexities of your business. So just by adding sizes and 60x how complicated your business is, that is the real thing that he's trying to point out and make sure everybody understands that. Once you understand that, if you want to go start selling shirts and hats and things that don't perfectly fit the 6Ps, that's okay. I want everybody to know you can veer outside of the 6Ps. You don't have to stick exactly to them. But what we don't want is for people not to know the 6Ps, and then they go to China and they order 7 shipping containers of all these different product variations that they haven't validated that the market even wants. That's what we're really trying to avoid.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay.
Cool.
So I'm going through obviously all the days of the missions, and question about mission 4. There's something called Napoleon AI. Have you just renamed that to the Dante AI, or is that something different? And since it was a year ago, are we still using that?
Great question again, Jennifer. So let me just share my screen with you. Ooh, actually, nice. I'm back in the office on the actual setup. So I think,
And yeah,
let me see.
sometimes you are sounding like a robot.
Oh, it's just gonna go blue. In real life or as the robot?
Like the computer is turning your voice into robotic sounds as you're talking.
Into a robot voice? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that. It's
No, no, it's
definitely
okay.
my internet. We have some people working on it, so I'm experiencing the problems as well. Your question was about
The Napoleon AI.
Trey's gonna get here soon. I'll just give you an answer on this. Man, yeah, sorry about that, gang. It's 100% my internet. So, Napoleon, Jennifer, that is our ClickFunnels AI. Everybody in the world gets access to Napoleon. He's basically ChatGPT put into ClickFunnels. So Napoleon is awesome. He's unlimited. He loves to work. He's great at writing copy. He is an awesome tool. Dante AI is reserved only for OFA VIPs. I do not share him willy-nilly. I reserve access on who gets to him and how much they get. So it's only for OFA VIPs. But they are different AIs 100%. Napoleon is inside of your ClickFunnels account, whereas Dante AI is not.
Okay, so for that I should still use Napoleon, or would you prefer me going to Dante AI?
You know, I'm a big fan of Dante AI.
Okay, great.
So
I
if I
thought that's
go
what you'd say, but I just
here,
wanted to double
okay,
check.
yes, I'm a big fan of Dante AI for strategy and copywriting and all sorts of great stuff. So like I would personally, if you wanted to rewrite a headline, I would go to Dante AI first. Let's say you wanted to come up with a headline for a product. I would first go to Dante AI. I would have him write my headline. I would have him help me brainstorm. I would have him help me set up the strategy. And then you can just take that headline, put it right in here, paste it from Dante AI into your funnel. Then if you wanted to tweak the headline, you could just click this AI button, headline, and he'll start rewriting the headline. And you can click this little button and just send it right to the app.
Oh,
So there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with our Napoleon right inside of ClickFunnels, but use Dante AI first to come up with your base everything.
okay, great. All right. I'm also trying to set up all the back stuff because I have none of it. I'm starting from scratch. So should I turn, I have a
Fair.
simple website that's not fully like done. And I was watching the other training about the hero website. Should I make that whatever I have right now, which is really nothing, should I make that a hero website then?
Do you have an authoritative presence in the marketplace, Jennifer?
No. No, I don't.
So
Not yet.
are we just starting out trying to make our mark on the world?
I have zero presence. I
Okay, I could care less about your website. I could
Okay.
care less.
Okay.
Your website's great for shadow traffic. As you start getting an authoritative presence, as you start going on podcasts or speaking on stages or doing events, or once you start generating shadow traffic, meaning it just as you live your life, people are starting to Google you. They're starting to ask who's that Jennifer.
Well,
When you get there, a website is great.
interestingly
But for
enough,
right,
sorry, I've not told anyone
no,
about it, and I have like 100 people going there. And I'm like, why is someone Googling me? Because I haven't put anything out yet. And I get messages from GoDaddy saying that I have traffic. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should fix this because it's not a fully built out
well,
thing.
but
And
we don't know where that traffic comes from.
yeah,
So like, is it real traffic? Is it real people?
I don't know. Okay, skip that. Okay. My main question is the big question that I'm getting stuck on moving forward is
Mhm.
if I go the route of the 5 things instead of my own product, where am I sourcing those things from? And
What do you mean the 5 things exactly?
if I pick one of the, when Trey says if you don't have your own product, stickers, tumblers, you can use one of those to get started.
Oh, stickers, cookie cutters, puzzles. Yep.
Yeah. if I just wanted to just get something going, to just do it, just to build
Mhm.
it and see how it goes and get one funnel
Yep.
done and used one of those as a test thing or whatever. Where do I
hmm
get those products? How do I integrate product fulfillment?
Oh yeah, great question. That's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
Uh, like if you were gonna pick one, I would recommend stickers.
Okay.
Stickers are easy, they're
Okay.
simple, they're
Yeah.
low cost, so your cost of investing to get stickers made is really, really, really low. But they have
Okay.
super high margins. Stickers have like 1,000% profit margins. Um, so that's what I would push you to. And we use Sticker Mule as the company for that. Sticker Mule.
Okay.
And then basically when it comes to fulfillment, there's a ton of different ways that fulfillment can happen. I would reach out to Sticker Mule myself and I would ask them, how do I pass my orders on to you? To try and make this as easy as I can, Jennifer. ClickFunnels has an open API. So because we have an open API, that means a developer could connect ClickFunnels to any other software out there. So as soon as a purchase is made in your funnel for a sticker, whoop, it sends it right over to Sticker Mule. So you don't ever touch anything. You make the sales, send it goes over to Sticker Mule. Sticker Mule fulfills on that sticker. But then we could also probably use like Zapier. And Zapier connects ClickFunnels to any other software out there. Zapier.com.
Okay.
So again, you use Zapier as like a bridge. ClickFunnels gets a purchase made, whoop, zaps it over to Sticker Mule, and then Sticker Mule gets to fulfill on that. There's other ways too, like sometimes companies want you to just share a spreadsheet with them. So all the sales that happen on your funnel get put onto a spreadsheet. Sticker Mule has access to the spreadsheet. As new things get added, they ship and fulfill. So there's a ton of different ways that we can do it. Really, what you want to do, Jennifer, is you want to find out who you're going to use to fulfill. Like if you're going to use Sticker Mule, great, we're going to use Sticker Mule. Then reach out to Sticker Mule and say, hey, what are the different ways I can fulfill with you guys? How do I pass my orders? They'll give you their setups, and then we can use whatever fits best.
Okay. But I'm the designer. I give them the designs, then they fulfill as the orders come in. And when I
That's
design something,
absolutely
do I
right.
have to get it trademarked or anything like that?
Um, you definitely can't. You don't have to, especially not to start, Jennifer. Right? Like, I would just go and just launch, get that sticker out there. If the first sticker absolutely blows up and starts going viral, sure, go get the trademark. But other than that, let's just go and do.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay, I'll stop there. Thank you.
Cool. You got it, Jennifer. And that is perfect timing. Because right on time, as always, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Trey Llewellyn. How we doing, Trey?
Present.
Present. You're so funny.
How are you, man?
Man, I miss the vacation background, but I got to be honest, seeing that classic background I see every week, that feels nice.
That's it. It feels good for me too. It feels good for me too. My wife's over here Zillowing, what house we're gonna buy in St. Thomas now. So I'm like, all right, well, time to get back to work.
Yeah, and then everybody here, who's the expert with the Airbnb offer? You're going to email Trey right now. Let
Oh
me show you how
man,
to turn that into an income stream.
that's right, dude. I was actually looking at Airbnbs, and dude, you're gonna get me on a tangent because now we're backing up like three things. So I listened to Bitcoin conference was just last week. And there's a guy that's obviously really big in Bitcoin, which is Michael Saylor. I listened to a video that he put out, which was 21 ways or 27 ways of how to make money, or how to what was it? Something really good. Let me see. Hold on, I have it right here. 21 ways to wealth. And in that, I'll post that in the chat in case anybody wants to watch it. Really great video. But one of the things that I loved that he said, and I should clip it and post it, is right now you have the education of the best lawyers, the best doctors, the best HR department, the best advertising, and it's ChatGPT. He goes, before I even go to my 12 lawyers or however many he has on his staff, he goes, I will have a conversation with ChatGPT and ask it the questions that I'm going to ask my lawyers. I will come up with a solution that's probably about 90% accurate. And then I will go to my lawyers and say, hey, here's the problem. I found the solution. I need you to execute.
Wow.
And he goes on to say that we are in a beautiful time right now that everyone has the same resources, i.e., ChatGPT, as all the billionaires on Earth. So a lot of people talk about, like, oh, the billionaires, they can afford the best attorneys, the best employees, the best executives, all these things. And that was kind of the way that they got ahead. But now ChatGPT has leveled the playing field, and we all have the same access to the same intelligence, infinite intelligence. All the hundreds of millions of books that have been written, you now have at your fingertips and access to. And it's how you use ChatGPT to educate and to build your company. So, something that Bryson has been doing, my brother and myself, is I think the older generation, 40s, 50s, and 60s, are using ChatGPT as Google. So they're Googling in ChatGPT now. They're like, hey,
Yep.
where's the best hot spots for a beer? Where should I vacation next year? The 20-year-olds and the 30-year-olds are using ChatGPT as an operating system. And what I mean by that is they are having ChatGPT coach you on what you should be doing, how you should be, doing your business. And I think I know we've talked about this multiple times now, but use ChatGPT for OFA, ecom, or expert, whichever track you're on. It already knows, like, it has somehow downloaded all our content by now. And someone either has uploaded it or it knows exactly what to do. But if you just say, hey, I'm in the OFA with Trey Llewellyn, which is the ecom challenge. Here's where I'm at. Here's the niche that I'm choosing. I want you to write out a business plan for me of how do I execute the next 5, 10, 30, and 6 months within this business. What's the best fast track to becoming successful, actually profitable for this business model? Give me the step-by-steps, the day-by-days, the hour-by-hour on what I need to be doing, who I need to be hiring, what I need to be searching and researching to make the most out of this program. And it's going to give you that. It's going to give you a step-by-step process. And then what my favorite question now is, and please add anything that I'm forgetting to ask you that might be relevant or important that I'm not even thinking of. And let it do work. And then it's going to tell you what to do. It's going to say, oh, you need to go over here and use this resource. Or hey, you need to go over here and you need to hire this person. Well, my friends, the best thing you can do is then turn around and say, this is a great outline, but now I want you to do it. Chat, I want you to do it. And so then you can either create a chat bot. Does everybody know? Put a 1 in the chat if everybody knows how to create a chat bot. Or put a 2 if you don't.
You talking about the custom GPT bot or
Yeah,
GPT agent?
Well, see, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about when you go up to the GPTs, where you can create your custom version of a chat GPT that combines instructions, extra knowledge, and combination of skills. That's what I'm talking about. What's an operator?
That's a custom GPT.
Mm.
Okay, so ChatGPT operator function's really sick, Trey. Like, you can have operator go in and basically it'll become your operator, where you can say, hey, I want you to go look at 1,000 Facebook groups and I want you to take all the most responded to questions people are asking, and then I want you to take those and import them into a spreadsheet for me. So, like, where a lot of times GPT doesn't do your action items for you. It's great at research, but doesn't like do all the searching sometimes. Operator gets around that.
Well, no one knows how to do that. So we should show them how to do that.
Nobody knows how to make a GPT either. I'd love to see you show them go down that track.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Let's see.
Because basically, in case nobody knows, creating your own GPT is definitely going to be more beneficial to start right now than operator. Once you guys have a GPT and it's working and functioning and helping you do the thing, then we can definitely show operators too.
Yeah, there's stuff, dude. There's so much stuff that I don't even know in this. I'm just kind of looking at it right now. I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like I think I've told you guys, and maybe there's some people new here today, which I appreciate you guys showing up today. But we actually our last employee quit I don't even know, maybe 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, and we're completely running our entire business off of freelancers and Telegram right now. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful,
Trey,
beautiful. Yes.
Trey, do you need a paid plan to create this?
I just pay the $20 a month.
Well, I have it too, but does everybody have to have a paid plan to be able to create a custom?
I believe so. Dante, do you know?
I don't know exactly. We could Google it and find out, but I mean, gang, to be quite honest, if you're not spending $20 a month on ChatGPT right now, we're missing the boat. It's worth it. It's not 3 years ago, sure, it wasn't worth it, but now it is.
You know, what's upgrade plans? Because this is what I pay. I pay the personal $20 a month, current plan. I guess I could go $200 a month. Gets the best open with highest level access. I mean, I do just fine with this. You get everything with this one over here. In business, what do they
Me
want for
too.
that?
You get everything. You get 20 deep researches a month on the Plus plan. Everybody can just go Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. So I mean, it's beautiful. So top picks, which shows you people who've already built ones. By the way, you can do Canva, which is something I've not even got into, but people on YouTube are just like going bananas on it. There's popular GPTs here by
It's
community,
wild.
astrology, scholar, humanize, human-like content, image generator pro, image generator, fitness, workout, and diet, astrology. Like you should just self-educate yourself on like go in here and poke around. And that's what I do. You know, see what's kind of working, what's not. But anyways, you can do top picks, you can do writing. There's productivity. So this these tabs is just scrolling down. But how to present, video AI, transcriptions, marketing, which is what you're in, which you should probably click on that one. You can do see more. So YouTube video summarizer, that's pretty cool. So if like that video I just gave you guys, you could give the link to YouTube here, and it's going to create a summary. And then if you want, it can take that summary and it can go put it into a PDF outline and a step-by-step for you of what to go and do. So Michael Saylor just gave you guys like 21 steps to wealth. You could say, hey, I want step 11, which is my favorite, by the way. And that's a whole video series I think me and Dante could dig into and just like brainstorm around it. But it's freaking crazy. But anyways, be like, hey, I like slide 11. Give me an outline of how I execute that over the next 10 years with my business. And bada bing, bada boom, it would. Education, lifestyle, mid-journey, which is cool. Programming, which that's on another level. Anyways, so up here on the right, we're going to go to create. And so, hey, I'm here to help you, build new ChatGPT. So what do we want this ChatGPT to do? What should we have it do, Dante?
I think I'd like to have it do what one of our challengers is just asking questions about: how to pick a good product.
Okay, so finding a winning product within my niche.
Yes.
Okay, so ask me anything. I need help. Fine. What's someone list their niche? What is someone pop their niche in the chat? Or their market. Oh, this should be
Roy
good.
says health.
That
Any
fits.
other niches, gang?
Let's see if it knows that. I need help finding winning scalable products that fits Trey Llewellyn's 6 P's of a perfect product. And then what was the niche? Health?
Yep.
Like generalized, like weight loss.
Health and nutrition.
Mm. All right, so I'm gonna say I need help finding 10 winning scalable products that fit Trey Llewellyn's 6 P's of a perfect product around the market of health and nutrition. Help me train you by asking me questions. Start. Cool. So now we're using this as an operating system. This isn't just like, hey, what's the best restaurants to eat tonight? Hey, do I have a fever? You know, hey, my fever's 99.10. Am I sick? Do I have COVID?
Mm-hmm.
This is using this to now build. So what we're doing here is we're creating this ChatGPT, and basically it's going to become, I call it a bot. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but basically it'll turn into a bot, and it's just going to ask you questions to start off, and then from there it's going to go out and do the work for you. Okay, so it says, great. Let's get you set up with 10 strong product ideas. First, I need to understand a few key things. So who was that answered? I lost the chat. Who was that answered the health and wellness?
That was Roy.
Roy. All right, Roy, unmute. So we can pop through these.
Roy, you can go ahead. I'm going to hit my magic button. It should pop up on your screen. You can unmute. Let's talk about it.
Yes, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so who's your ideal customer, Roy?
Ideal customer. Could be those that that are perhaps in their upper upper 50s, 40s, 50s, and I think they're a little more health conscious and they
So it's
want to
asking
maintain.
like lifestyle, health goals, gender. You can see the screen.
Oh, the first question, who's your ideal customer?
Yes, sir.
Age, let's go with 40.
Okay, and then health conscious.
Gender, male.
Okay.
Lifestyle, perhaps active outdoors activities, sports, health, yeah.
Okay.
Health goals, like to work out at the gym and maintain a strong, healthy body. And
Okay. And then number 2, what are you trying to sell them? You trying to sell them supplements, digital courses, physical products?
digital courses.
Digital courses. Okay.
I mean, eventually would be supplements as well, but digital courses for now.
Okay, cool. And 3, are you looking to private label, drop ship, or develop a unique product?
Develop a unique product here. It's going to be digital products.
Mm-hmm. So will you be private labeling those digital products?
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right. And then do you already have an audience or platform, email list, social media, etc.?
None.
Okay. And then any specific trends, niches, or pain points you want to focus on? Gut health, energy, weight loss, anything like that?
Would be energy and weight loss.
Okay. So higher, more energy, weight
Yes.
loss. Okay, cool. So we started off with the 6 P's of a physical product. So we're gonna probably confuse it a little bit since you went digital on me.
Okay.
Do you want to stick with digital or do you want to do a physical?
Let's go physical then. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do supplements then.
Perfect. All right, cool. So we'll give it that. Ideal price range.
Could be, let's say 19.99 to 49.99.
Okay. And then do you want to start with one flagship product? Probably, right?
Correct.
Okay. Any ingredients you want to avoid? Caffeine, stimulants, GMOs?
Definitely caffeine, avoid GMOs. And all actually it's non-organic. It's non-organic, correct.
Non-organic?
Correct.
So anything not organic. So we want organic. Okay. Avoid non-organic. Got it. Yeah, would be up in the yes, 100%. Okay, I have this. I'll deliver 10 tailored supplement ideas. It said to fit trail and 6 P's model. All right, so he knows price range, understands that. So now we're generating 10 scalable supplement product ideas, specifically crafted for men. So basically what this is doing is like, yes, this is pretty much similar to what you would do with ChatGPT of asking it questions. But then when you need the next supplement, when you need the next product idea, you can just come to this bot and say, hey, I need a new product for my business, and it should output it.
Wow. I actually take one of those products that are listed there.
Perfect.
Interesting.
All right, so here are 10 scalable supplement product ideas aligned with TreyDay 6 P's framework. So it's giving you this. So it's this one, cellular energy activator, gives you the pain, passion, presentation, platform, and profit, which that's pretty sweet. So it gave us 10. So here's 10 of those ideas. Now, what I like to do is I like to say, okay, of the 10 you've given me, which one is your top favorite? I like to let it choose using all, I'll say even using your infinite knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So using your infinite knowledge, data, and understanding of the current market, which of these 10 would be your first choice? There it is right there. I don't even know how to say that. Mitochondria ignite. Cool.
Oh, very nice.
There we go. All right, perfect. So now build out a business plan following ClickFunnels, OFA, Ecom Track challenge for me. I need a day by day, hour by hour of what I need to do to make this product a hit offer. So we should all be using this. Like, this is absolutely stunning and amazing. Like, think how much time it would have taken you to go and find those 10 products, do the research, do the deep digging of understanding of what are even the top 10 products that are selling right now. The amount of hours and workload on the human of just finding those 10 would have been, for me, hours. Dicing up Excel sheets, going through data, figuring out like, why is it selling? What's trending? Why is it trending? Versus it just popped up the top 10 in under a minute.
Yep.
Now we know which one it is, right? It's the Ignite supplement. Following the ClickFunnels, even freaking bolded it. ClickFunnels One Funnel Away Ecom Track Challenge. This plan is designed to help you launch a high converting offer from scratch, even without an existing audience. Boy, does it know who we are. All right, cool. So here we go. The OFA challenge is structured over 4 weeks, each focusing on a specific phase of the funnel building, foundation training, choose your track, and build traffic and audiences. All right, day by day. All right, so watch an introductory video message, complete workbook exercises, attain goals, attend. Ideal customer, crafting your offer, mapping out your funnel. So let's, oh, here we go, Gizo. Ecom track implementation. This is great. Okay, so just dialed all that in. All right, so now let's just do the fun part, which is the funnel building or crafting the offer. So let's just say craft, I want to go deeper now on day 3 around crafting my offer. How would you craft the offer? And is there a no-brainer? So you can just use this, man. Like this is for everybody, you know, like just digging in and having it understand you know, the best. Like I don't think we've really we've pretty much used ChatGPT like normal here, but for creating one, you know, like finding winning products, you could create a GBT for always finding winning products. And I'll ask you like your, you know, top 10 questions, or you could create a ChatGPT for, you know, building a sales page template. So it'll ask you 3 questions like what's the product, any specifications, what's the benefits and features, and then you click a button and then it builds out your headline, your sub headlines, all the paragraph stuff that we train you guys in OFA, which I think's great. But this is just showing you like you can use this to get 90% of it done, and then pretty much take the last 10% of the draft and make it a final. You know, publish it.
Will it create videos for you as well?
So I would love to show you that. I was just doing this for my other student, actually. So this is freaking crazy. So one of my students, I don't know if I showed this last time. I can't recall. Maybe I did. But one of my students, he's in the German Shepherd niche, and I wanted to create a avatar of a lady representing the shirt, wearing the shirt, and talking about the shirt while petting a German Shepherd, while feeding it, like just a normal day, right? Like putting food in the bowl, putting the bowl to the ground, and while talking about a really cool shirt. But I think that's coming. That's not there yet with this Google Labs. You can do it in a couple other ones. I can show you those here in a minute. But what this does is it does pretty much everything, but you only get like 8 seconds of a video so far. There's not ways that I found to add the scene with the same avatar in there with the same voice. So maybe Dante, you got more information on that.
You really have to have the prompting perfect on that to make it recreate the character over different videos. I don't think it's quite there yet.
It's getting there. But I do want to show you this, which I thought was really fantastic, is with a PNG. I was able to go to ChatGPT, create the character, import the character into Flow, and as you can see, she's wearing the t-shirt. And then here's her moving, pouring dog food into a dog bowl. Like, that's stunning.
Oh, that's nice.
Now I can, if like it's coming, right? Like we're close, we're here.
Yep.
To where I can say, okay, wear this PNG, or maybe this dog food is mine, or maybe the supplement is like the supplement that you just described is sitting on the counter and she's using it or taking it or putting into a bottle or stirring it or whatever needs to happen, and she's talking about it. She's like, hey, my name's Stacy. I'm a 32-year-old female. I love this supplement because it does X, Y, and Z. I literally put it in the cabinet. I take it down every day at 9 a.m. and by within 2 hours, it's in my system and it makes me feel great. Here, like she pulls up her shirt. Here's my abs. Here's me working out the gym. Like you can train it, do whatever. But here's, I think, and make cartoons. You can make freaking cartoons with these things and doing the same thing. So here, I want to show you one that I did make though. Let me go back here. I'm still working my way around this. I think she's in here. Nope. Is she here? Here she is. Okay.
Hey, German.
All right. Were you able to hear that or no? Were you able to hear that, Dante?
Yep.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yep, we were.
Shepherd owners, if you're like me and always on the hunt for a good t-shirt, keep watching. Hey, German.
So there's a lot going on in those 8 seconds with this video. So one is she's pouring food. So it has her actually, like, food is coming out of this bag and pouring it into a bowl, and then it's the bowl is actually getting more full. 2, there's a German Shepherd over here to the left who's acting naturally and like a dog, not like a human. 3, she's speaking a script that I've given her. She's calling the people out in the Facebook ad. Hey, German Shepherd owners. That's the first second of the ad.
Hey, German Shepherd owners, if you're
like me, which they all are, then you're looking for a really cool t-shirt, right? So here, like, this is just a scene playing itself. Like pouring out the food, the dog, which is pretty impressive, the dog has now moved to the bowl and sniffing the food as it would. And if you listen, there's sound effects. So you can hear that there's food being poured into a metal bowl.
like me and always on the hunt for a good t-shirt, keep watching.
And the bag crinkles.
Keep watching. Hey, German.
Like, that's incredible. That's freaking crazy. The only thing I couldn't get her to do is have the shirt. I couldn't get her to wear the shirt. So a couple things there is I could use this as a front end scene and then come back to my other scenes, which I did. I was able to get her to wear it, whichever that one went now, and flip the scenes together. Like I could come to this one, like now this girl I could switch over to, maybe she's walking a dog down the street, or maybe she's putting the dog food on the floor, or maybe she's playing and throwing a ball, like all the things and all the scenes that you want, and then clipping those together, which is kind of what they've done here. So you can do an add to scene. And so you can come in here and you can add other scenes. You can extend this scene. So if you want to watch it for the 8 seconds, you're like, okay, I like where this is going. You can come in here and you can say extend, and then it'll show you like it's what should happen next. Well, now I want, the same girl with the same shirt, kind of like what Dante was saying, to take the bowl and place it on the floor, right? While the German Shepherd comes and starts eating it out of the bowl. Now you add a new scene. I want the next scene to be her walking down the neighborhood with the dog on a leash. You can do a couple things. You can do text to video. You can do frames to video. So you can choose which frame you want. So if you have this all built into ChatGPT, then you can come and grab these frames, and then it takes that frame and you tell it what you want that frame to do. Or you can do ingredients, which I'm not too sure what that is yet, but realistically what you need is VO. You need VO3, which is the highest quality. The only way to do highest quality and use VO3, which is what adds the sound effects in the audio, is to use, unfortunately right now, is text to video. So obviously here in a little bit, this will become frames to video with highest quality with VO3, and we will be off to the races creating 30-second ads, 1-minute ads, 30-minute VSLs, and all programmed through ChatGPT, pushed into VO, and exported as a Hollywood themed video. Like it's freaking crazy.
It's pretty amazing, I gotta be honest. And a lot of people are really using the cartoon characters, the animation versions. Human faces have so many micro expressions, and so many things have to be perfect to really make these videos right and skip the eye. But little cartoons, they don't have all the micro expressions, so it pretty much nails the cartoons every single time.
Yep. Let's see. I had something building earlier. Watch Flow TV, learn Flow. From a last, I just don't know where it went. To move around isn't the best. Let's see. Oh, so I don't have any new ones. Okay. I was just playing with this German Shepherd here. How much is that? 8 seconds, 8 seconds, 8 seconds. Yeah, I don't know where it went. Maybe I was downloading it. I don't know. But hopefully, hopefully that helps. But like, use this. This is fantastic. Like, no longer do you need to be the smartest guy in the room. Like, you're the smartest guy in the world right now, just by using it as an operating system, as a coach, and saying, okay, what's the next plan? What's the next plan? What's the next plan? Like, what's the next step? How do I take this product? What should the label look like? What should I call it? I want a name that resonates with the age demographic, who are 40 plus. Should it be a pill, or should it be a powder form? What sells better? What do people like taking more? Should it have a flavor attached to it, or should it just be no flavor so people can add it to different things? Like, all the questions that you could ever think about asking it already has the answers to. Like, people are using ChatGPT to pick their next stock trades. Like, there's people that are live right now on TikTok asking ChatGPT what stocks to trade, when to get in, when to get out, setting those stop options, or stop triggers, or whatever those are, and making money from it. It has infinite intelligence. Like, use it. And what's really cool is I will where's my phone? My phone's over there. I'll be on the treadmill, or I'll be on a walk, and it has voice to text. So you can just click a button on the app, and you can I just talk to it for an hour. So if you're out there walking by yourself, not talking to anybody, you should be talking to ChatGPT. Hey, chat, I'm on my walk today. Wanted to fill you in on today's stats. Got my diet in. I got my food. My food's dialed in. Had an argument with my wife this morning. I probably need, send her a love letter, something later. Could you really use some advice? And thirdly, I want to talk business. So today, I just jumped off an OFA call. It said to use you, it said to use a bot. I need help understanding how to do that. Can you give me a step-by-step process on how to build a bot, or how I can execute prompts with you better, or how can I ask you questions better that allow me to, build a $100 million business and execute on that? What videos should I be watching? What documents should I be reading? What, coaches should I be hiring? Like, all these things that you could be asking it, that it's going to deliver value back to you. And it's absolutely fantastic. You will get left behind if you do not use ChatGPT. Like, you will get left behind. It is, and it's
100% you will.
It's always growing. Just be in there with it. Grow the channels, because there's so many people that aren't using it. Like, there's so many people that aren't on this call right now understanding how to effectively use ChatGPT, and they're still running their business in the old ways, and they'll be cut off. Like, they will be done for, because they're paying for employees that they don't need to be paying for. They're paying for overhead that doesn't need to be paid for. They don't have the data that you guys are, understanding and researching and finding out in minutes, versus it's taking them hours or days or weeks to get the same data figured out that you did with a prompt. Like, the amount, the speed at which you can perform at $1 billion level right now is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You should just, like, the more you train it, the more you talk to it, the more you tell it and ask it for advice, the better off you will be. And you should. The $20 is
100.
stupidest $20 you should be spending a month. Like, cancel your Netflix.
Literally, that's dude, it's so funny you say that, Trey. It's a big thing I've been telling people for the past couple months now. They come in and it's like, oh, I have this dream, I have this passion, I want to be this thing. And then it's okay, or are you willing to put the work in? And many times the answer to that is no. I thought I could just buy a ClickFunnels account and I'd be a millionaire, right? So, but then it's like, well, what are you spending $20 on? The amount of people that I've spoken to over the past 3 months that spend $15 a month on Spotify, but won't spend 20 on ChatGPT. Cancel Spotify. What are we doing? You can't listen to a couple ads so you can harness all the knowledge of the internet of the world and build a business or get tasks done. Like, what are we? Everybody should be doing this. And I really love how Trey prompts it. I hope you guys take note of how he asks it questions. You know, Trey famously loves to tell us he's always the dumbest guy in the room. Any room he walks into, he wants to be the dumbest guy in the room so he can learn more than anybody else and be more effective than anybody else. So when he's running his GPT, he's always saying, am I not thinking of something? Am I missing anything? Instead of going to a robot and trying to have a robot tell you how smart you are, which is programmed to do, he asks those qualifying questions. He puts GPT on the right track. That's what everybody should be doing always with it.
Yep. Or you get your business plan back and I'll say, make it better. Like here,
I'm a huge fan.
What's that? A few fan of that?
Sorry, man, my Wi-Fi, my internet's terrible today, but I'm a huge fan of just saying, not like that, like this. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. I like this, I like that, yeah. Because I like it has, if you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, like what a beautiful book in today's age. Because it was like, it would always say like, oh, you know, when you have access, how you get access to infinite knowledge. And because you have like, the world is infinite knowledge, like you have access to infinite knowledge. You have to use the energy around you and the sources and the resources and the brainstorming and the masterminding to get to that infinite knowledge. And what, 60 years later, when did you write that book? Like in the 50s, in the 20s, 30s,
Yeah.
something there? Like 80 years later, 60 years later, now we have infinite knowledge, like literally to the T, infinite knowledge at our fingertips. Like this wasn't a thing 2 years ago. Like, but it is today. It's almost like he spoke it into existence. We read it. We read infinite intelligence into existence, and now it is here. And you have it at your fingertips. And you can ask infinite questions to get infinite results to infinite things. So I always, why I'm saying that is basically when I talk to ChatGPT, I will say, with your infinite knowledge, for you to be the most masterful marketing CEO, entrepreneur around building a product business, what would be your business plan? How would you create the structure of the business? Who would you employ? What resources would you use? What tools would you go out and find and buy and purchase to find products, to find the trends? And then how would you make sure that the products that I do choose and that I do see and that I do want are actually probably like a winning product? Like how would you validate that? What data would you look for? And where would you find that data? And then boom, it lists it all out. Okay, cool. Now I want you to go follow that same SOP, system operating procedure, follow that same SOP and go do it for me. Can I give you, like, one of the tools it said to log into was PyPy ads or Minia, which I've given you guys in the training in OFA, funny enough. So that's good that we're thinking the same things. So how do I give it access to Minia? How do I give it access to PyPy ads? Well, I don't freaking know, but you know who does know? ChatGPT. And so I'll say, Chat, I don't know how to give you access to this. How do I give you access to this? Can I API you guys in? Can I give you my logins? And maybe that's where that operator comes into play. Is there a way that you can sync up, or is that something that I need to export out and then feed you into chat via CSV files or data inquiries? And whichever way it is, however you can feed it, the better. So like I was with my son, we were just in St. Thomas, and I'm a dumbass, and I'm taking photos of what I think are lemons coming off these trees. And I was like, oh, check out these really cool lemons. And I was like, hold them out. Let's just verify that these are lemons. And so I take a picture of him holding it. And I said, hey, what is this fruit in St. Thomas that my son's holding? It goes, oh, those are papayas. I was like, oh, gosh, freaking. No, they weren't papayas. They were, what were they? They're something else. But anyways, I totally had it wrong. They weren't lemons. They were, what are those things? It's a certain juice. I don't even remember now. But anyways, it knew exactly what it was, right? It's like, why do we even need to think at this point? And I guess what I'm getting to is chat AI is eliminating a lot of jobs rather quickly. People who are, hireable, or they think they're hireable, aren't really not much longer hireable. Like, for instance, I'll give you a great example is we have chat write all of our copy for all of our sales pages. So I don't even look at it anymore. I've told Dante this, like, I've become so lazy that whatever ChatGPT spits out, I let go and we just let it loose. And so we've seen that there is some tweaks that need to get done. And so now what we're doing is we're having chat write it. So it's getting us to that 90%. And then we're giving it to a copywriter that we got on Upwork, freelancer. And all they're doing is they're just going through it just to make sure it makes sense, that it's Americanized, and then pushing it through. It's costing us $100 for that, $100. What used to cost me $3,500 for a sales page to be written by a copywriter, now I'm getting done for what, $20 a month plus $100 real quick, look it over. Maybe it's less than that, maybe it's $80 an hour. But now we're going from draft to production to launch within like days, when it took months. It used to take us 2 months to find a product, from product finding to launch. Now it takes days because we're able to find the product, have ChatGPT write it, get it programmed out to make it look good, right, from our designers, and then launch. Like, we're talking days, and so we've shrunk months of time into days. It's freaking incredible. So that's my sales pitch for grabbing your $20 a month ChatGPT. But I'll give you guys a couple people you should follow on YouTube. I think these are always really good things to know. Basically, who you're subscribed to. I'm not subscribed to very many people, but the people that I do subscribe to are usually very valuable, and I'm willing to listen to them on a walk. Let me see if I can find out where my subscriptions are.
While he's looking for that, I just want to drill in, talk to ChatGPT. Like Dante I has a talk feature. Click the little phone and you can just pick up the phone and have a conversation with him. But also GPT, just click the microphone. That's all you have to do. It's one click. And I do this religiously. I'm a huge fan of this. Like, as I start geeking out on certain things, right now I'm actually re-geeking out on pricing and payment, right? Like, how many times, like, basically monthly versus quarterly billing. If I bill somebody monthly, that means every single month my bill hits their credit card statement, and I'm re-bringing into the front of their mind, was this service worth it? Right, so monthly billing actually typically leads to more of a churn rate because I keep every single month making them say, did I get the value of this thing this month? Whereas if I switch to quarterly billing, quarterly is every quarter. So now they're saying, oh, did I get the value of this software over this entire quarter? Gives me as a business way more opportunities to have big wins to make sure they never want to leave, right? So, like, as you're geeking out on topics like this, or you just want to learn, maybe you want to learn Facebook ads, just have conversations throughout the day. When a question hits your mind, pick up your phone, hit the microphone, ask it the question. It gives you the research. You learn that thing, go implement. You have new questions, hit the microphone. It just never ends, but so never ends the doing. Like, we're unbelievably effective right now. All the hurdles and roadblocks we've ever hit before, we get over them immediately.
Yeah, it's great. Fantastic. It's crazy. Like, I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years, let alone 10 years, but here we are. It's getting after it. So I gave you those two people that I watch in the chat. Basically, just when they hit the bell, or I get hey, they're listen to it at 1.5x, and see if there's anything good, because they've gone out and done all the research. And what's funny is it's Matt Wolf. Matt Wolf was on one of his videos, and it's so funny. He goes, someone asked me the other day, like, how do I go find my content? He goes, I use AI. He goes, I just ask it what's the top 10 topics I should be talking about today on my YouTube channel. And then that's what he talks about. And he has 750,000 subscribers. So he's just literally a talking head for AI at this point.
Yep.
Which is great. All right. So hopefully, I mean, we went deep into some AI stuff, but I think it's really good for you guys to understand and see like how it is that it can be an advantage for you and your company. I mean, even some of you guys were asking questions above, which I thought is awesome. It's like, hey, what about this app? Or hey, like Tom was asking, do you use Calidata or FastMoss for product discovery? Which methods are most efficient and effective? I know about FastMoss. I don't know about Calidata, but I would feed those into ChatGPT. And I would say, hey, I'm looking at purchasing FastMoss, Calidata, Minia, and PyPy ads of the 4, and any apps that I probably don't know about. Which ones would you recommend that I become a subscriber of? Is there any benefits or disadvantages that those have among the other ones that I'm listing here? Or is there one that I'm not even knowing about that'd be way better than even all these 4? And let it do the work for you. Like I'm definitely automating myself out of a job for sure. But like, I don't know why there'll be needs for like coaches. I don't know why there'll be a need for a call center. Like we literally just plugged in our AI call center last night, and it's getting built out, and it should be done this week. So right now I have a call center in the Philippines. It's a lot of headaches. It's a lot of headaches where, not like it's minimal headaches for me, but for the people running that call center, it's always, Susan didn't show up today. Stacy's sick. Steven, has a fever, but he's here today, but he's not producing sales. So we're paying him $8 an hour or whatever it is, to not produce anything. So he's at a loss. Whereas someone else who I am paying has to work double just to pay for Steven. So what a mess. Where AI, it's like a funnel. It's the same script, same personality, same funny, bubbly, outgoing, relentless, savage sales rep on the phone 24/7, where, they're taking calls and they're downloading. So we'll see how well it does. They're pretty confident that it should do the workload of 6 agents. So for every agent we have, they're saying it can do 6 agents of work. If you think about that, if you've ever ran a call center, you'll understand that there's on-call time. And although I'm paying someone for 60 minutes, they're pretty much on the phone for 20 to 25 minutes. So they're doing off-call work. So maybe they take the order and then they're going processing that order. They're talking to their friends. They're waiting for the dialer to spool up again. They're, they're not dumb. They know how to manipulate the phones in such a way where they only got to be on the phones 25 minutes for every hour. Whereas an AI, it don't care, right? It's built to do the sales. So it wants to be talking 60 minutes an hour. So that's where you double up on the agents pretty quickly. Secondly is how well they can close. So they're going to say the same script, do the same upsells, listen to the body language, listen to the rebuttals, and know how to rebuttal that depending on the situation of the client on the phone. So they should produce better. We will see. We will see. I'm definitely hesitant from the human aspect of it, but you never know. We will see kind of how it parlays. But the cool part is we got their credit card on file. We have their address on file. We have their name. They're a buyer of ours. So all we're doing is outbounding and saying, hey, Dante, you purchased a camera from us. Would you like to add an SD card to the order? And Dante's like, sure, that's fine. Okay, cool, Dante. Is it cool if I just put on the card ending in 5432? And he's like, oh, yeah, of course. So the trust piece of it is like, oh, you already have my card on file. Yeah, go ahead and charge it. Versus now I'm giving a robot or an AI or a human over the phone my credit card credentials, right? Which there's a lot of scams going on. There's a lot of things in the news like, hey, don't get scammed by, fraudulent cards. So there's a lot of trust that's not there over the phone now. Whereas if you already got the card on file, well, we probably aren't a scam, right? We probably aren't fraud. And if they're like, well, how do I know that you're not a scam? I'm sure AI has got a great rebuttal for that, right? Like, well, we probably wouldn't have your card on file and know that you just, ordered other things. So if you're not using Gorgeous, if you're not using Zendesk.com, they have just enabled AI response emails. So we have 10 agents in India right now that responds to all of our emails. Our response time is actually pretty good. Our response times on average is 2.5 hours to 3 hours. The national average is 24. I think it's like 32 hours response time is the national average. So we're below the average. But it can go and look, which is pretty cool. Gorgeous can go look at the thousands of emails that we have sent out and received from clients and how those conversations have happened. And then it trains itself on how to respond to clients that are emailing in and responding to those as an AI. And then the ones that it doesn't know how to respond or ask questions, it just highlights those and moves them to the top for like an agent to respond to. So with that said, the response time is instantaneous. So someone emails in, they get a response within a minute. That's fast. People want a response quick. They don't want to wait hours, days to get a response. They want it now. Hey, I need a refund. Hey, I ordered too much. Hey, I didn't mean to order that. Hey, how do I add 2 more instead of 1? And so now we're getting these responses, and those are creating tickets for someone to either put those orders in or respond to. So all these things are coming to fruition really, really fast. When I'm saying you'll get left behind, because if you don't do that and you're still hiring agents at 9, 10, 20 bucks an hour to answer your emails, your overhead's going to be killer to what I'm able to do with AI, right? So you got to be on track. You got to be on top of things. You got to understand what's capable and just be in the know. And that's just kind of showing calls like this, just understanding why, where, and what needs to be happening within your business to make sure you're succeeding and taking out the competition, because they're relentless. They're gonna eat you for breakfast.
100%. And the constant rule that will always be true: whoever can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. So by taking these strides, by taking these changes, by embracing the future like Trey is, now he can spend more to acquire customers than his competition can. So he keeps on doing that. He kills his competition and he becomes the ultimate winner. Right? So from little things like this that give you great leverage that moves big things in the market for you. So good. So good.
It's changing, man. Everything's changing. Welcome to the internet, welcome to fast pace. Wait till we get to quantum computing. Like we are years out, not years, like months from quantum computing. Like it's already here. We just need to plug in. And you think things are running fast now. We plug in quantum computing. Woohoo!
World's going to change overnight, literally.
I was thinking about this today. Do you think there'll be school buses in 10 years?
I don't know. Man, what a good question. I mean, even if there are school buses in 10 years, they'll definitely be automated, right?
Well, that's what I was kind of getting at is, so Elon just announced that Texas was just released with their new updated no driver AI or no driver technology. So basically there doesn't have to be a driver in the seat anymore. And then what's really interesting is my brother's wife just went to Arizona for a little women's trip in 4 days. So they were there for 4 days. They took Ubers everywhere, but it wasn't Uber. It was a different app. Maybe some of you guys know it, but it basically is driverless Ubers. Okay, but it wasn't Uber. It was another company. And she said for the whole week they spent a total of $30 getting driven around Arizona. And she goes, every time we would get there, it would give us money back. It would say, oh, sorry, we're 5 minutes late than what we told you. Hey, sorry, we didn't pick you up fast enough. Here's $5 back in exchange. And so an Uber alone would have been $40, $50 because you got the human aspect, the car aspect, the gas, all the things. These are they're automated cars. And so why I was wondering about the buses is because, well, once cars are automated, you don't need to own a car anymore. Like, I don't know if there will be garages on houses anymore. Like those will become rooms or added space, because why would you own a car when you can literally call up an Uber that has car seats in it already, and you're like, hey, I want to go down the street. Okay, cool. And then it goes and does its own thing. Like, why have a car in the parking lot right now that's going to sit there for 8 hours, not doing anything, not doing any work? And then I get into it, what, to go drive home? Pay a monthly, loan, pay gas, pay insurance, all the things. It's cheaper to take an Uber. So when the bus, like, why have a bus stop? I'll just call it, like, the Uber just knows, oh, Liam goes to school at 7 o'clock, it pulls in the driveway, kid pops in, it's driverless, locks the doors. You can probably follow it on an app. Your son got dropped off. You see the cameras that the kid left, been dropped off at school. Like, why have a school bus? Why have a school bus driver? It doesn't make any sense.
It
Like,
doesn't.
that
It doesn't, man.
it's crazy. So that's why I'm like thinking, like, what jobs really do we need in 5 or 10 years? Like, what jobs will really be out there? How do you set yourself up for success? What items, what assets will be in the marketplace in 5 to 10 years?
What do you think?
The only thing that is true to me is Bitcoin and homes, living spaces, and food. You need food, but I think entertainment will be. I think entertainment will be in the house. I don't think you'll go to the movies. I don't think you'll like maybe parks, possibly, because I think people still want to get out. But kids are so glued to their devices now that you make that more of just kind of like a in the room experience. Like, it's a full like life. You feel like what life feels like. Like, it's just a room at that point, but that room is infinite. So you can be the beach. You can feel the beach. You can, because, like, think of with Elon's little brain thingy that attaches to your brain and Neuralink. Like, you could sit in a room, have visuals, have goggles on or whatever, and then that Neuralink saying you're feeling the ocean touch your toes. You're feeling the wind in your face. You're hearing the ocean breeze and the birds chirp. Oh, we don't want that anymore. It's time to go to work. Like, so why go to destinations? Why go to places? Why would that be a thing? Like, I know that sounds crazy right now, but 50 years ago, having infinite knowledge in your hand on a black box was also crazy. But you have infinite knowledge on a black box today.
I'm going to be interested to see where it goes, because I think the opposite of you. We dabbled on this a little bit when you came to visit, but I think the opposite. I think there's some people that will go for a fully immersive experience. They will want Neuralink, and they're perfectly fine with that. But I think we have more people that are not going to want that. I think we're seeing a lot of young society, especially young parents, rejecting school because schools moved to a completely digital format, and now they homeschool their kids so they don't have to raise their kids on iPads. Like, I'm starting to see a massive change in my neighborhood over the past 2 years of, like, I see kids outside now. I see kids playing, even though they're riding scooters that are electric and they're not actually pedaling bikes anymore. Like, at least they're back outside. So the more I'm seeing this whole steamroll, the more I think places and spaces that humans can congregate with other humans. Like, I think in 10 years, your local bar, I think that might be one of the best businesses to have, because I think humans, the ones who want to be in a room and immerse in experiences, they'll go do that. They'll put a chip in their brain and they'll be happy locking in. And those people, it's your forums and your communities, and they're going to live their digital life. But there's a lot of us that I don't think are a lot of humans not accepting of it. And they're going to want to move to, let me go live life again where I don't have any robots. Like Will Smith from iRobot. So I'll be interested to see where it goes.
What if your brain could outlast your body?
Now we're getting somewhere. Now.
And then
your consciousness.
Your consciousness, like your brain, all your body is just feeding your brain signals, right? Like, your brain can't see, smell, hear, or anything without sensories. And so what if your brain, what if we found a way to make your brain live a lot longer without dementia, without amnesia, without all these things? And then to live that way, I mean, you're in a vat at that point, right? And you got this neural link, let's say. And so you could still be fed the experiences and the images and the videos of life of grandkids and grandkids and grandkids, but pretty crazy, like, I don't know. Or they put you in a bot, like they put you in, like, okay, your brain now has become, maybe you're downloaded and like you live through a bot that's wireless. And so maybe you're in a vat that you're sitting in, but you're controlling a robot that's out in the world, and it's feeding you signals as if you're living in that life, but you're a bot, but your brain is. Wouldn't that be crazy to like see your brain in a vat and be like, that's my brain that I'm looking at through this, through that?
It'd be wild. I mean, imagine like the TikTok phone farms in China, but instead of TikTok farms, it's human farms, and they're just uploading your consciousness, and there's a wall of cell phones, a bunch of people still living and thinking and feeling.
Yeah, I mean, that's where supercomputers would come through, or quantum computing, right? Because like the question becomes, like, if you had the choice to live longer than your body is able to, would you? And if the answer is yes,
would you?
Then would you? Are you comfortable with that? If no, then that's fine. The next
what
chapter
would you
is
do?
Dude, I don't know. That's such a weird question, because I feel like at one point, like, God gave me one body, one temple, so I've probably like lived that through. But at the second time, like, has God also given us the knowledge and education and the technology to live longer than what our bodies are capable of? Because, like, let's say that, like, if we didn't have nutrition, or if we didn't have medicine or pills, like, I'd be bent over backwards right now because I didn't have back surgery, right? So just because of that technology, I feel I'm able to live longer and have a more quality of life because I feel great. Like, I feel freaking great. But if without that, then I'd be hunched over and miserable and not want to live, honestly. Like, I was super close to like saying, just chop my leg off, because I know it sounds drastic, but I was really close because I had so much pain in my leg, which was obviously from my back, but I didn't want my leg to be there anymore. I was like, I'm totally cool having crutches. I'm totally cool being in a wheelchair because I won't have this pain on me. And so, did God give us that technology and that, education to live a better life? And if so, am I wrong to have had that happen? Or is it a blessing in disguise that he was like, hey, like, you have that now, like, why wouldn't you use that? So I don't know. That's a really interesting question. So I don't have an answer. I don't know what I would do. It'd have to become society, right? Like, it'd have to become okay.
Yeah, the societal implications really would be the driving force. I don't know that I don't know that I would. I've thought about this. I don't know that I will. Do know that we think the world moves fast and changes fast now. It would move at light speed compared to now. Because if you think about people, we spend our first third of our life learning. So it takes a third of our time here on earth to learn the things and get the skills and the knowledge. The second third, you can say, is earning. But now that you have skills, now you go do the thing. Now you go really make it. And then the last third of your life is passing the wisdom on to others. So you really only have 1/3 of your life to like do big things. And then you have to pass it on to the others who have to learn. So we basically go in thirds, right? That's why the world is moving fast, but it still is moving pretty slowly. But if we extended that, if we had 200 years, where now we took the first third or the first 30 years of our life to learn the things, and then we had 150 years to implement, whoo, dude, we'd be flying. We'd be flying anywhere in the universe right now. It's crazy to think about.
It's crazy to think about. Humans are all going to be on Mars here shortly.
It is.
In 2026, humans on Mars.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd see it in my lifetime. Here we are. It's happening.
Here we are. 2026, humans on Mars. 2025, robots on Mars. Already on the way. What time to be alive.
It's a wild world. But you know what? When Elon launches that robot, I'm buying it. I'm buying the robot. I'm embracing it. Like, dude, you're telling me I can spend 20 grand on a robot and it's going to clean my house and take so many of my wife's duties away so she can live a more fun life. Like, sign me up, dude.
I want one for each room. I got the kitchen robot, got the
Yes.
living room robot, got the bedroom robot. Tuck me in at night. So funny. We've definitely gone on a way over tangent of ecom, but it's good. It's actually, you know, like I know we're a little past time, and that's why I'm okay talking about this now because you know, we're past our time, but this is good. This is good stuff to talk about. This is good stuff to brainstorm on because what we're talking about is the future. It's like what's coming. Is what you're building today going to be here in 5 or 10 years? And that's questions I'm looking at. Like how do we make sure that what we're building, what we're investing in is going to be here? And so I was getting to this answer, which is I feel personally, whatever your thoughts are, you can have your thoughts, but I think digital currency is here. I think Bitcoin is here to stay. I don't think it's going anywhere. So one thing in that video I shared with you at the very beginning of this video, or this recording, is what Michael Saylor said, and I really like it. I don't know much about it, so I need to do more chat GPTing with it and build a bot around it. But basically what he was saying was, is build a company. So you guys have companies, you have corporations. You can't get a loan on yourself, but you can get a loan on your company. You can have investors not invest in you, but they'll invest in your company. So that's what we're building here. We're building companies, we're building infrastructures, we're building S-corps, corporations. That's what we're building here in OFA, okay? So once you build the company, once it becomes profitable, you can then go get investors to back your company, to become a part of your company. You sell a little bit of shares for your company. And so what Michael Saylor is talking about is you can build a company and you can make, let's say, 100 grand a year in profit. You can take that 100 grand and you can go put that in Bitcoin. You'll probably you'll probably have a decent amount of money from doing that over the next 20 years. However, you'll be a multimillionaire for sure. But if you want to be a billionaire, he said, go and build a company that makes 100 grand a year, and then go get investors to invest into the future of your company, which would be the next 10 years. So investors are looking, how much am I going to make 8% on my money, 10% on my money over the next 10 years if I invest in Trey's.com products or ClickFunnels or whatever, right? And if so, I will give money to you up front in order for shares to your company over the next 10 years to earn a profit and become profitable. So then what they're saying is take that investment money, that cash flow that they give you, and go put it in Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin rises 20, 30% per year, which it's done way more than that over the last 4, 5, 7 years, 10 years, go look at it. Well, then guess what? Your books in your company are way more profitable because of the assets that you hold. You hold Bitcoin. And so then you go and get on the second year, more investors, more JV partnerships, and you come back and you take that money and you go put it in Bitcoin. And basically it becomes this ballooning effect, if you will, of compounding interest. And he goes, that's the fastest way to be a billionaire, is start here with a company, build it up, go get investors, take the investment money and put it into Bitcoin, build the company, have your asset portfolio. As Bitcoin grows, as your company is profitable, you can continue to grow. And I thought a really cool stat, this is a really amazing stat. There's been 7 companies ever to exist that have grown 30% year over year for 20 years. Only 7 companies out of 400 million. Maybe it's more than that. So if you think you're going to be able to increase your profitability by 30% year over year consecutively for 20 years, that's a very, very huge rarity. But if you take that money and you invest in Bitcoin, which has produced 20 to 30% returns year over year, you're better off putting your money, your cash flow that your company makes and provides into Bitcoin, because then your company will grow 20 to 30% consecutively year over year, compounding. That's where this all starts to really steamroll. And I thought that's a fantastic. He talks about it within a minute. It's slide number 11. But man, that could really change how we do business here. And when you go to sell, you got all the assets. So you get cash to do the assets. They're going to buy your Bitcoin. They're not making like it's either 95 or 98% of all coins have been mined. There's not many coins left. So all the coins are in or whatever that, like they're moving around, right?
Circulation.
Circulation. There we go. They're in circulation. So the more people like me who just stuff those into a back pocket and hold them, the better, because that'll raise the price of Bitcoin. And you got, of course, have the halving event every 4 years, the election, which is great too. But the person who holds the most Bitcoins wins. And we're not talking like 10 to 20 years here. We're talking infinite generational wealth for your kids, grandkids. Because what most people don't understand is they think a coin is very, very, very expensive. Like it's 100 grand. But you can go buy a 1,000th or 1/10,000th or 1/100,000th of a coin. You could go buy $5 worth of Bitcoin today, $10 worth of Bitcoin today, if you wanted to, right? Because let's say you got one coin and it goes to $1 million or $10 million, wherever, whatever the future holds. You take 1/10,000th or 1/100,000th of that coin away, bloop, right? That might be worth 50 grand or 20 grand or 10 grand at some point in the future, which would be a lot of money. So you can always start picking away the coin, but the coin will always outlast the generation just because of the exponential growth that it has. Like it is the highest grossing class investment you got right now. And that's where I'm looking at how do we attach ourselves as a company or as a corporation to a coin like that, because our sellability, our profitability, our growth projections will be substantial to what we could do by ourselves. So why not go with the current? Like that's what the current is. Attach yourself to the current and roll on. So anyways, that's my food for thought for the day.
No, I love that food for thought. You really, Trey, do a great job teaching us how to be CEOs and think like it. Not only just act like it, but start thinking like it too. One thing you shared a while ago, I don't know if you remember, you even shared it. It was like you were on a rant on something else and you said it kind of passively. But you said, "Oh, we're trying to build a business that beats the market." Right? It beats the S&P 500. It beats the 8% turnaround or 10% return on my investment. And this is another just awesome way to do it. And such a great, if you haven't already got the hint, it's such a great highlight why you need to be serious about your business. You need to be serious about launching. You need to be serious about getting these assets. Because once we have a business, once we have a real it becomes tangible. It's an asset in our life that many, like Trey says, become unhireable. Literally make yourself unhireable. It is an unconscious decision. It is impossible for someone to hire me because nobody could ever hire me and stop the thing that I already have. It's a fun way to live.
It's a fun way to live, bro. Fun way. It's fun. It gets me excited. Like I get goosebumps. I get jacked up on it. Cause what a time to be alive. Like my hair's like this every day. I'm like, just trying to take it all in, but here we are. Like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of conversations like this that are happening. Like who's going to win at the race, and you got to be in the race for one. And I think the best start is to sell products. If you ask ChatGPT what's like the top 3 businesses you should start, one of those is an e-com store. Go do it. Go ask ChatGPT what's the top 3 businesses I should start with zero audience, zero inventory, zero cash flow. I got nothing. They'll say e-com business. That builds a brand. Build a brand, build cash flow, take the cash flow, invest it. Go invest in S&P, go invest in stocks, go invest in assets like real estate. Like I've been looking at real estate, Airbnb, you mentioned Airbnbs earlier. I've been looking at Airbnbs. I've been looking at real estate portfolios, Section 8s, and in Bitcoin. And the first 3 I mentioned come with a staggering amount of headaches. And it's like, I'm just better off putting the money into Bitcoin than putting into an asset portfolio, because if you look at it time over time, year over year, the Bitcoin is currently outperforming the assets of real estate and the headaches that I'd have, like the amount of people I'd have to employ, the uh the overhead, the insurance, the I mean, I don't know. Like it, like I think the best thing would be, I think the best thing is with real estate is you can go get a loan against the money, and so you can do like a Burr method, but don't let the economy collapse, because then you go bankrupt. But like, there's definitely a lot of ways to the game, and ChatGPT definitely helps me understand which one is the best to go after, especially on a trajectory of like 5 to 10 years. But like I mean, just the other day, I had to do an Airbnb because we're in St. Thomas, and I was like, what is it even worth to Airbnb a house down here? Like, to buy a house and do all the maintenance and do all the work, and like you're in the middle of the jungle. And to me, the answer was no, because I would have to rent out that Airbnb at, I think, like a 65% rental rate or occupancy rate, and it said if I was at 65% $1 million, as $1 million, $1.5 million, $1.5 million property, maintenance, electricity at 52 cents a kilowatt, by the way, it's very expensive.
Ooh.
20 I'd make 25 grand. 25 grand I'd walk away with a year.
Right. So you got to spend 1.25 to get 25 grand a year. And
1.5 million.
Need that then. Yeah, 1.5 million in cash flow, 25 grand a year. 25 grand times 10 years is $250,000. So you need to have the, like, to actually turn a profit, you need to have that for 50 years. Silly.
Well, I think a lot of people offset the Airbnb to have a house, on an island or something, which is, that's cool. But you're
That's cool.
you can make a little bit of money if you managed it through the Airbnb app, right? But like, who wants to do that? Like, get text in the middle of the night, the air conditioner didn't work, or hey, there's a spider in the room, or what's a good place to eat? Like all the things that I'm sure they get messages on, which is probably ridiculous. But it's like, for me, 25 grand a year, like that's not worth it to have all the headaches for the 25 grand. And then, okay, I want to make at least $250,000 a year. I got to have 10 of those. So I got to have $15 million in Airbnbs to make $250,000 a year in profit. And like, it just, like, for me, that doesn't make sense. Like that, I was just like the numbers don't make sense there. Like that's a lot of work to make $250,000 a year.
It's a lot of work when you know the 6 Ps of a perfect product and how to take a market first approach. And
That's
when
a
you
lot
know how to
easier.
run ecom, heck yeah, that's a lot of work. That's
It's a lot easier.
crazy.
It's a lot easier doing that, because I can sit behind the computer and not have to worry about any of that stuff. But to each their own. Like, if you want to go do that. By all means, like, get after it. It just didn't, like, the numbers just didn't make sense. And those were calculated numbers by ChatGPT. Who knows if those were positive, maybe positive 10, minus 10, right? It could be break even. I don't know. But I was just trying to feed as much information that I had. And that's kind of what it came up with, was the numbers. And then what I said is, this was really cool. I then asked it, I said, hey, that's at a $1.5 million house. Take the ratio, now that you know all the data, take the ratios, and what would be the best investment of money for the best output of profit. And so it was like, did all the calculations from a $30,000 purchase to a $5 million purchase on the best part of the island, and it came up with $1 million. $1 million was kind of like the threshold where it was like the best money you can walk away with, the best profitability ratio is at $1 million Airbnb asset. Okay, cool. And I think that was, I forgot what that was, but it was like, I don't know what you walked away with. but at 65, you still need that 65%. And so then I started looking at the Airbnb app, and I looked at the house that we were staying in to see when it was booked and when it wasn't. And it still had weeks that were open, and this was the high season, and it was a cheaper Airbnb for what it's going to charge. This was the first year it was on, so I think we paid $6,000 for the year, or for the week, and they're moving it to $8,000 a week, which is, that's a good price for the house it was, but it wasn't booked out at 100%. For those, like, you need 100% of the 4 months in order to make up 65% of the rest of the year.
Right.
So like they weren't even at a 65%. They're probably at a 45 or 55%. So like to me, that house is probably losing money, right? So okay, let's just say it costs you now $25,000 negative. So now that house is negative $25,000. So a way to look at it is you have a house in St. Thomas or Puerto Rico or Bahamas for $2,000 a month. So you're paying $2,000 a month instead of mortgage, insurance. You're offsetting the cost of living, right, for that house. But depends on how you look at it, right? Like I'd obviously want it to be profitable. I'd want it to make money for all the headaches that I'm going to get, versus why even get a house? Just go pay the weekly price and not have to worry about it. Like all that work, and I would just be like, I'm in the same position to go there for the 2 weeks I'm going to go there anyways, and I'll pay that $6,000 a week, and I'm out 12, and like no headaches, no Airbnb baloney, no hurricanes. Where the house is gone, then you're not, then you're out of the Airbnb business. Like just a lot there's just better ways to make money. And I think what I've told you earlier is probably one of the best highlights that I've received this week on how I can take the company that we're currently producing cash flow and build it as an asset, get investors in on it, put that money into Bitcoin, put it on our balance sheet, become more profitable because of it, get more investors, put that into Bitcoin, and that could be a really cool run rate for the next 5 to 10 years. We could really do some damage.
Man, you could do some serious damage on that. Holy cow.
That could be the way. Like, why not go with the current? Go with what money is flowing, so move with the money. What a time to be alive. What a time. Like this is the .com era. This is the gold rush era of our time, right? It's Bitcoin. It's AI. Nvidia is also a good play, in the stock market. Like it's like, what is it? What's the top assets right now? I think gold's second. Top assets by market cap. Oh, gold. Okay, gold is number 1. Nvidia is number 2, which is pretty wild. $3.4 trillion. Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and then Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has surpassed silver. It has surpassed the S&P 500, which I think it's funny because now they're adding Bitcoin to the S&P 500. So that's pretty freaking hilarious. And yeah, like Nvidia be a great, like that's how you invest in AI, right? Like it's up today 3%. Bitcoin's up 1.7% today. Past 30 days. I guess it doesn't give you that. Oh, nope. How do you do that? I don't know. I just randomly went to a website. But this is masterminding. This is brainstorming. This is coming together and talking, discussing like what's the future, guys? Like where are we headed? That's why you show up to these calls or watch the recording. Appreciate you guys for watching the recording. All right, dude. It's time to go sell some products. Time to go invest in our companies.
It's awesome. Yes, sir.
And build something. All right, big man. Well, appreciate you guys for showing up. Appreciate you guys for being here. I know we didn't get too much into funnels. We should do that next week for sure. So come with funnels, come with product ideas, come with You know, everything that you got questions on, let's do a deep dive into them. I know, Charlie, we worked on yours last week. You were doing fantastic. So hopefully you're seeing some really good results, some changes. Scott, Gabriel, Tom, appreciate you guys. Jennifer, appreciate you guys all showing up. And I mean, those are the people on the video anyways. I know we got a lot more people here as well. But come share, share your videos, share your funnels.
And we finally have a. Yeah, sorry, Trey. I have terrible lag. You keep going, man.
I was done. I was just come share. Let's work on you guys.
100%. And if you guys are watching the stream, we do have the stream back up and running. Sorry about last week. I had some tech issues. But if you guys would like to be a part of these calls, get into the back end, get live with Trey and Russell and everybody else, just go to onefunnelaway.com. You can upgrade as a VIP. You get 30 days with us. We would love to see you here on the back end. And some returning faces, too. So this was awesome, Trey. It was an interesting conversation, but a super impactful one. There was a lot of wisdom in there. So we really appreciate you coming up and sharing it with us.
Yeah, I would say, for takeaway items, go get yourself a vibe board, a VIBE board. Go get yourself a whiteboard. I saw Gabriel here with the stick on the walls. Like, I love those too. Just something that you can stand up and write on and let it feed you. Like anymore, I got a whiteboard and I got a tabletop to the left of me with ChatGPT, and I'm typing and I'm writing. I'm typing and I'm writing, and like I just let it unfold, right? Like, what's the business model? What's it look like? Like, everything's silent, notifications are silent, lock the door, don't bother me. Big sign on the wall says, I'll punch you if you knock on this door, kind of thing. And you get down to business. Just get down to business. You go. And it's solely you, and then that way you have a plan, you have an execution plan. And like I'm staring at mine right now. Like, I know what's the next steps, where are we headed, where are we moving, who am I putting in place, who's the next freelancer I need to go find, how do we find investors in the company, how do we build our portfolio to make it really sexy and really rich, to where someone's like, duh, I'm totally investing in you guys. Like, exactly what you're doing. Make sure your SOPs are in place, making sure that everything's organized, making sure that you don't have to be the bottleneck in the company. That's me. Like, I'm the biggest bottleneck in our own company. I'm trying to get out of the way, because I don't want to get hit by a bus. There's other people that can do the tasks that I need to be doing way better than me, way faster and more efficient than, I can be. And they're freelancers and they're super cheap. Like, the invoices I get are like stupid. Like, $1,000, a $3,000 invoice for a $250,000 to a $500,000 employee. It's incredible. So we're building, we're running, we're fast tracking. I want you guys to do the same. Like, go do it, go implement, go do the thing, go ChatGPT it, come back here, ask for questions, get ideas, brainstorm with us. And this is how we grow together. This is how we grow in OFA. Like, OFA is an amazing thing, but it's just the beginning. Like, this is just the foundation that we are training you guys on, of how to make a sale online. But then once you feel it, once you understand it, and once you like take it all in and you make those sales, the world starts to open up to opportunities, to where you can say, okay, I'm making money. Like, I got sales that are coming in. I need to go and start building a business. I need to build a brand. And then, like, we lift you up to be able to do that all through ClickFunnels, which is a beautiful thing. And live life, live freedom, go do you. Go do you. Life is short, as far as we know. Maybe Neuralink will make it longer, but for all I know, life is pretty short, and it's pretty fast. So might as well live in the fast lane, because we're here.
Live in the fast lane. Yes, sir. I can do that.
Yes, sir. All right, Dante. That's what I got for you guys today. I appreciate you guys showing up. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for the live cast. Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving.
This is awesome.
Cool. All right,
yes,
my
sir.
friend.
Thank you for being with us, Trey. You rock.
See you, buddy. Bye-bye. See you, everyone.
All right. We'll catch you. All right, gang. Awesome session. Really enjoyed that. So it is 1:30. I love every session with Trey. He just rocks. He's so honest with us. Man, he's just so honest. I get to have a lot of conversations with him privately, and they're the same. It's the same thing. He tells you the same things. He doesn't pull punches. He's not. Right now, it is 1:32 Eastern Standard Time, and we have another VIP call coming up at 2 o'clock if you're in the 2 o'clock cohorts. So I'm going to let you guys go grab a quick snack.